We lost a very dear friend last year who was deported back to Guatemala. And in the course of that, he left behind a wife and 5 children. So that was the beginning for me. And then trying to help him and trying to figure out the best thing to do for their family, I started calling lawyers, and I got the recommendation from one of them to go out to Immokalee and meet with Sister Maureen Kelleher.
So what was important in my life was seeing, first of all, the wave of people from Guatemala who landed here in the 80s, and they were my first clients, really. The main mission of what we do at this point is to listen to the client as to what they want from, and overwhelmingly is they want legal papers to be here.
And during the course of our meeting, she basically told me there was nothing more that I could do for Marvin, and at this point that it was imminent and kind of too far gone at that point. I decided at that point that I really wanted to help her and her organization, because there are a lot of charities in Naples that a lot of people donate to and are familiar with, but Legal Aid Service was one that I had never heard of. So I ended up telling her at the time that I wanted to do something to support her organization, to raise funding and to raise awareness.
She had the idea and she said she was going to make it happen, and actually I thought, oh well, maybe in a year or two. And she must have been on the phone every night. She also must have a husband who's as patient as can be, because she is incredibly driving in terms of her enthusiasm and what she's going to get you to do.
I started racking my brains, like who do I know and how could I raise money and what could I do to do some sort of a charity? And I started thinking about artists. So my first step was to go into a professional gallery and speak to a friend who's an artist, and that friend was Phil Fisher. And I said, do you think that if I were to ask local artists in town if they would be willing to donate a piece of art to a charity that would support Legal Aid Service of Collier County?
It's something where we're always thinking that way ourselves as far as what can be done to help. And a lot of times our hands are tied, or there's really not a way we can help. So it's nice that this auction has been pulled together to really help an area like this that needs it.
So my next stop after leaving Phil's was go to Paul Arsenau's gallery. I met with his wife, Eileen. I told her about my story, about my friend Marvin and his family and being deported, and about my meeting with Sister Maureen and the work that she did. And Eileen jumped right on the bandwagon and said, I've got 10 names of people that I can give you.
Being a traveler, especially to third world countries, you get to know all kind of people in all kind of situations. And the more you travel, the more you realize we're all in it together, and you want to be there for all we can be there for. So this is a remarkable story, a remarkable woman dedicated to a big national and worldwide crisis.
So I had been meeting with the law firm and telling them about my idea, and their suggestion was to save costs to do an online auction. So I got 30 artists, all of who I would believe are incredible humanitarians, all have amazing art. We also wanted to get a wide selection of art, so we've got everything from realistic type paintings to very abstract modern paintings, mixed media, pottery, we have a jeweler in the collection, a lot of different types of art and a lot of different types of mediums, and a pretty good price range as well. And so our goal is to raise a lot of money with our auction and to raise awareness that this law firm is there for people who need it.
We're used to suffering and seeing faces that are pain-filled, and it's such a downer. You're so sad. But when you see the art that's being produced by these people, and these people are supportive, and you're like, oh, we're touching people that really can reach the heart, because pictures do it. Pictures move people. And I'm thinking, oh, this art colony, this group of artists they're in our corner. It's there's light ahead.